Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.
Okay, here we are. We've got some dedications to make as this morning's show comes in here every single morning, and the foundation of this show is built on this national anthem right here.
Yes, and today, well, actually not even today, all this week is Teacher Appreciation Week. So moms and dads, if you have the chance to stop, maybe pick up your kiddo's teacher, some flowers, a little gift to send them into school with, and just show some love to all of our educators. I know I would not be the person that I am today if it was not for my teachers along the way.
Yeah, I know that what my wife does is if she's going to swing by Starbucks anyways, then what she does is we try to appropriate, $10 for this teacher, $10 for that teacher, get gift cards.
I was always told an apple a day gets you an A, right? Just bring an apple, put it on the teacher's desk every single day.
Pre-wash? Pre-wash the apple?
No, I don't wash the apples.
Organic?
No, the prices? Not doing that, man.
Oh, man. So to you teachers, just thank you so much. Thank you because it goes beyond you teaching us, English, history, mathematics, stuff like that. It goes, you're almost a secondary parent when our parents aren't around. So to you this morning, thank you for what you do and thank you for answering the call.
K92.3.
Doing the right thing. Always get to do it. It makes us feel like today is worth living, especially when a story touches us like this. Chloe, I love what you found.
Oh, absolutely, Slater. And so many graduations are happening over the next few weeks. And this story is proof that it's never too late to go back to school if that is something that you've wanted to do. So veteran Jack Milton served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam as a pilot. He's 100 years old and just got his college diploma. It was back in the mid-1960s. He had enough credits to graduate from the University of Maryland before he left for Vietnam, but he never ended up doing that. So the school surprised him with a diploma for his 100th birthday, and here's Jack talking more about it.
I've had many ceremonies throughout my life, fortunately, but this has to be the top. This is the finale of a long journey in education. And again, I keep using the word appreciative, but I can't think of any other word.
Wow, man.
Oh, awesome. Just amazing.
I was making the joke that he majored in history. Can you imagine a history teacher being like, so this is what happened in 1940, blah, blah, and he's like, no.
That's not.
Way different.
There's nothing like that.
Served in 3 wars and had a successful 28-year career as a financial advisor. And it was just so sweet. He had on his cap. He had on his black gown. His friends and family were there to watch him. It was just such a happy day for Jack. And actually, the school ended up dedicating a room to Jack and his late wife, Samantha, of 64 years.
So there's a lot of people that go get a degree and they don't do anything with it. And people are like, why didn't you do anything with your degree? No one's going to say that to him. They're going to be like, we understand, man.
We get
you don't
it.
want to work and you're 100 years old.
Wow.
You shouldn't have to.
Man, so good.
Yeah, such a great story this morning. So to the University of Maryland for helping Jack receive that diploma and also for his service. We're so grateful for him and everything he's done for this country. That right there is doing the right thing.
Doing the right thing. Brought to you by
Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. For more, rbafla.com.
Doing the right thing.
on K92.3.
This is K92.3, Orlando's #1 for new country. We're going to be hunting you down here in just a second as we get ready for the $1,000 minute. Those of you who signed up, you're going to get 10 questions in 60 seconds to go ahead and answer them. You get $1,000. And if you don't win, you still get those Chris Stapleton tickets.
That's right.
Yo, this is the sweetest week ever.
Huge.
Like, to be a loser is to still be a winner.
This is a week of losers. So that's what we're saying. Right? No matter what.
Oh, and that's okay. Let's transition to Sam Ash. Okay, y'all ever been to a Sam Ash? Chloe, have you been to a Sam Ash?
No, I don't even know what Sam Ash is.
Okay, for a musician, and I'm saying this for somebody who, I've been playing music since church days, since playing in high school, and I'm talking about playing piano, singing, and stuff like that. So whenever you would shop for musical instruments, and because I was in band all growing up, Two, anybody who would have to, get a trumpet worked on, or you went to go look for a saxophone, or for me, I would go test out all these different drum kits.
So fun.
From Yamaha drum kits to all these different things that you could get your hands on. Sticks, from Zildjian sticks to, anyways, I could really nerd out on all the different types of pianos.
So it's today's Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, that's
okay.
it.
So, but Sam Ash is a huge brand, and unfortunately, they're going to be closing all of their doors. And that just got us down the train of there are things that we're just going to have to get used to saying goodbye to because of the success of the Amazons, the success of the Walmarts now trying to compete and trying to get you everything you need next day, where now you don't even have to walk into a store.
Sometimes even that day. I've ordered things on Amazon and they're there that evening. But I also think we're starting to see a lot of these stores close, some permanently, but some to where now they're just online stores like Bed Bath & Beyond. That's the first store I thought of. BB, which was a huge store, like all the girls growing up. We all had these cute little BB dresses that were, in the mall.
Is that how
they're
it's pronounced?
just an online store now.
Bebe.
I thought it was
is it?
Bebe. Is that Italian?
I thought it was like French or something.
Our resident Italian doesn't even know. Chloe.
I called it BB growing
Next
up.
thing you're going to tell me that it wasn't Pierre 21. oh, it wasn't?
No.
You might.
I don't think so.
Might have to look at that. So that's a positive if it is just online stuff that they're actually moving over to. Or what I love is when other millionaires and billionaire companies out there look and go, oh, that was a part of my childhood. Hey, I'm a CEO. Can I buy that? And remember, that's exactly what Macy's did with Toys R Us a couple of years ago. When we were talking about, I think, Obi, we were talking about it in here. Toys R Us going away, and Jeffrey the giraffe, they were all bummed out. And now they have Toys R Us separate stores, thanks to Macy's, because it was such a success, that are opening back up. The next one that I saw, rumored that's going to happen to, is Radio Shack, which we didn't think Radio Shack at all was going to.
Wow.
I mean, that's where you bought your batteries because they were forced upon you like Girl Scout cookies outside of the exit of the Publix, right? Where you're like, I don't think I need it. And they're like, are you sure?
Dude, I remember back in the days when MacGyver was a hot TV show, and MacGyver was essentially the special agent who could turn anything into something workable. He'd be like, okay, we need a radio frequency, so give me a piece of gum.
That's funny.
Give me a clip of the metal. Anyways, so you would go to Radio Shack, and Radio Shack would have everything that you would need to build a satellite.
Yeah.
How about Payless? Do y'all remember Payless?
Payless
Yes.
shoes.
I just got rid of my final pair of Payless shoes recently because the soles were like literally falling off. And I love that store. I used to go in Fridays after school and mom would give me like $20. I could get 2 pairs of shoes back then for that.
Yeah. I think the important thing is, as you're sad, just type in, type in your phone what place, and you might be surprised. They might have an online store so you can still actually have a little bit of that. Because there are more stores. And by the way, hands down, we live in the best city where if there's a restaurant that goes away, there's a chance that it might
It's
come
still
back.
here.
I'm still waiting for Sizzler to make a comeback.
Yes.
And for me, because I grew up north in Boston, Massachusetts, Friendly's was a big thing.
Yeah, I think we
Friendly's
still
was
have.
huge.
I think
No,
we've
they-
got one on iDrive. No,
They had one on University Drive right by UCF, and we used to frequent there all the time. And I know they recently closed it, but I loved Friendly's.
So last week, they just made the announcement a brand new Friendly's location is opening up. So that's what happened.
Bam.
Is they went away, and then they go, you know what? We might actually be able to make a comeback. So just search your favorite place. You might not realize right down the road from you, they might be opening next week.
There you
I love
go. But up next, who's next to open a bar in Nashville? In order for this to go up, there is a huge controversial brand whose house is coming down. That I'll access in 6 minutes.
K92.3. From backstage to the front page, it's All Access.
We'll talk about which one of our country superstars is next to open a bar in Nashville in 2 minutes. But first, this is so exciting. We have lots of new music on the way from George Strait. He announced that he's releasing his 31st album. 31. That's huge. And it's called Cowboys and Dreamers. He didn't say yet exactly the date it'll be out, but he did share that he'll have a song on the album with Chris Stapleton. And just God bless him, 71 years old, still on tour. He's playing at Everbank Stadium this weekend. Chris Stapleton, a part of that tour. Little Big Town. It's awesome.
Yeah, you know, what other genre of music can somebody just continue doing music until they die? Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, look, Willie Nelson's still on tour, which I think George Strait can kind of look at that. George Strait also looking at people like Dolly Parton that are still putting out product And I wonder if he's like, hey, I still got life in me, man. Let's do this.
Totally.
Yeah, country doesn't retire.
No,
Not at all.
It doesn't have to.
We know.
No, but pretty awesome. And you'll see him again this weekend over in Jacksonville. And Walker Hayes has a new exclusive collection of clothes at JCPenney. Walker wanted to bring his laid-back style. The clothes are really stylish and affordable. But here's Walker talking more about it.
Walker Hayes here, introducing Walker Hayes for JCPenney. It's an upbeat men's collection with some down-home vibes. Very comfortable and affordable. At the same time, you might catch yourself at your reflection and go, dang, I look good.
Okay,
Yeah.
Walker.
Super cute stuff, too. There's like 25 different styles. He's got T-shirts, joggers, jackets, camo pants, just some really, really fun pieces.
And again, he's got 6 kids. So if anybody knows how to actually stretch a budget, because Walker Hayes, he didn't have a dime to his name before Applebee's on a date night. He did not.
Yeah.
He had one hit song, and that doesn't make you a lot of money because that's paying back the years and years of debt of trying to actually make it. You know, a lot of people forget. They're like, oh, yeah, he's playing these massive places. But that's what he's had to do with the majority of his life.
So I love it. Walker Hayes, JCPenney. I want to give the clothes a try because not only do I like Walker Hayes, but I do like being able to put some clothes on my kids that are quality and affordable. So
absolutely. Yep, and it's available now online at jcpenney.com, but you can purchase in-store starting on May 16th. And then lastly, this is so amazing. Lainey Wilson is the next country superstar that will be opening a bar in downtown Nashville. Lainey's joining Miranda Lambert as the only 2 women to own a bar on Broadway. But she's actually, what's interesting about this is she is going to be opening her place in the former location of Florida Georgia Line's FGL House, which closed over the weekend. That place has been open since 2017, so that will be Lainey's new spot.
Why do you think it closed?
What do you mean? Why do you think it closed? Well, I was talking to Chloe, off the air. We were talking about Florida Georgia Line's new honky tonk, which it's really only been around for probably about 5 years, right?
Tops, yeah.
Okay, so the fact that the boys aren't even getting along, the fact that the boys probably don't make their required appearances to the bar. It's probably even hard to be an employee there and be like, yeah, I don't know when the guys are getting back together.
Well, and we know they're venturing out and doing their own things. Like BK just opened up a really fun surf shop burger place with Jason Aldean up in like the 30A area. And so this, again, the closing of the FGL chapter, and we're excited for Lainey Wilson to take over that space.
That definitely makes me feel like, because I thought they were going to do what Brooks and Dunn did, right? Where they went away and they separated and then they came back and it's like, boom, we're here. Yeah. And Brooks and Dunn the last 6 years, they have been here. I don't know. After that, I'm like, maybe the FGL thing, the next 50 years, we're not going to see them on the stage together.
Well, and we don't know a date. Everything will be opening again. FGL House literally just closed over the weekend, but know that Lainey Wilson's bar and restaurant is coming.
Exciting.
So you can see all these stories up online, K923Orlando.com. We have $1,000 minute, 10 trivia questions, 60 seconds on the clock. If you have what it takes, we'll give you a call next. So you can sign up on the K923 app.
Obi, Chloe, and Slater's $1,000 minute.
K92.3.
Today we're talking to Sally over in Castleberry. Man, we got to learn a couple of really great things about Sally. First of all, Chloe and I, we endorse Advent Health, so that's great that you're part of the Advent Health family.
We love our friends at Advent Health.
And she's such a baller that she even injured herself playing pickleball.
I heard that's the most dangerous. People are leaving pickleball to start playing football because of it. It's safer.
At least you're protected.
Exactly.
All right, so here we go. We got 10 questions. 60 seconds up on the clock.
Sally, any of these questions you can pass. We'll come to them at the very end, but whatever you lock in is the answer I'll have to take first, okay?
Okay, great.
So, Sally, take as much time as you need, but not a second longer, okay?
Hey.
All right, Obi, you ready? Got that 60 seconds on the clock?
Yep, 60 seconds. Ready to go.
Here we go, Sally, with question number 1. Are almonds a vegetable, fruit, or nut?
Nut.
In the popular movie franchise Back to the Future, what type of car was the time machine?
Oh, geez, pass.
Finish the lyric. And I ain't gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh, Lord, what?
Oh, God, this is Luke Combs. Oh, I have to pass.
It is, okay. If you just threw an Uncle Charlie, what sport are you playing?
Baseball.
In the show Paw Patrol, what is the name of the human leader?
Pass.
Who built the pyramids?
The Egyptians.
What chain restaurant is shouted out in Walker Hayes' hit song Fancy Like?
Applebee's.
In tennis, love is how many points?
15.
What is the smallest state in America?
Rhode Island.
As a boy, Forrest Gump had a really low IQ. What was it?
30.
In the popular movie franchise Back to the Future, what type of car was the time machine?
Oh, that's your time.
Oh, you got through them all.
Yep, you did get through them all.
You got a lot of them, and I'm glad at least when it came to a song that we knew Applebee's, right? Was date night. We got that one. But let's start at the top. Okay, so the DeLorean was actually that time machine in Back to the Future. The Luke Combs song was When It Rains, It Pours. That was the end of that line.
When it rains, it pours.
All right. The human leader in Paw Patrol was Ryder. And you guessed that Forrest Gump was super, super dumb at 30 IQ. He's a little smarter. He hit 75, but he is still one heck of a runner.
Slater.
All right, but Sally, don't leave empty-handed. Yes, you don't get the 1,000, but you are headed to Chris Stapleton on Friday night.
Oh my God. That's all I wanted.
Oh, she's like, I really don't care about the money. I just want the tickets.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Hey, and we'll be praying for your shoulders so this way you can get back to playing some pickleball.
Great. Thank you.
You got it. Congratulations.
Enjoy Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
The $1,000 Minute.
Let's see how you do. Join up on the K82-3 app to play.
K92-3. Time to hit the panic button with Obie, Chloe, and Slater.
Man, we're sitting here talking to Teddy over in St. Cloud. And Teddy, your scenario is really unique with the panic button.
Yeah, so I'm dating this really cute, I would say gorgeous guy.
Aww.
He's perfect. He checks all the boxes for me. And the one problem is we're politically opposite.
Have you guys had these conversations about politically sitting on different sides?
We haven't been going out that long. I've kind of just changed the subject every time he brings it up.
Oh.
I'm just I don't want to go there. But the problem is he invited me to this campaign party that's he's really excited about. It's really fancy. It's really important to him. And I'm just afraid I'm going to go there and totally blow up his spot. People are going to ask me my opinions and I'm going to get in arguments.
How opposed to that party are you? Are you just a little opposed, or are you an extremist?
Yeah. I'm not an extremist. It is not what I stand for.
Well, I think it's pretty easy, right? All you need to do is get it set up. You go there and you do this for him. And also, maybe you make good memories and have more conversations with him than random strangers, right? So that way you're making it more of a date. And if it does turn into that, then you got to find your way into a campaign party with people that believe what you believe and take him with you. So that way you're both dibbling and dabbling, and then you could see if this thing's actually going to work.
Oh, I see what you're saying. This will be a true testament, though, no matter what, to your relationship and if you want to continue to pursue each other, because we are in a political year, right? We're in an election year. So there's a lot of things that are happening over these next couple months. So if you guys can get through this, then I think you can get through it all.
And also get really drunk. So that way,
No way.
That stuff doesn't affect you because you're just wasted.
She's going to get the wrong question at the wrong time, and she's going to open up like a flower, bro.
She won't like a flower.
A poisonous flower.
I think that's a different thing.
A Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Venus.
Okay, so listen, politically, at some point, you are going to have to face this dude. I don't care how gorgeous he is. At some point, you are going to have to face that conversation together and stop avoiding it. But this party, I don't know. Maybe we try to get you some advice as to what to do with this love.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it.
Join the conversation.
844-254-9232.
844-254-9232.
Obie, Chloe, and Slater.
Brendan, over in Conway, you're the first one to get a chance to respond to this.
What, are you kidding me? That's never going to work. It's always going to be a house divided.
Oh, wow. Okay, Brandon, hold on for us. Give us 6 minutes, and we'd love to hear what you have to say. Obviously, very passionate.
K92-3. The Panic button.
Join the conversation
With Obie, Chloe, and Slater.
Brandon, you heard our girl there. She is of the opposite political party of the dude that she is in love with, and now she's been invited to a campaign dinner for that party.
I mean, it's never going to work. It's something that in this country, those relationships aren't going to last. Too divided, too much to unpack there. I don't see them lasting. So I don't think it's even worth going or being in that relationship, honestly.
But I don't know if you heard, she thinks he's really, really hot.
Looks only get you so far,
Well, I was
Slater.
gonna say, what do you do on election day when the both of you have to stay in the same house together and you know who voted for who?
You don't know, right? Because you just don't say anything. Why do they even have to talk about it?
Yeah, but I think politics come down to so much more than just it being an election year. Raising children, how you want your household
So you're
to be
telling
run,
me
like
in
all of those things. I mean,
one
that's every
political
day.
party, you believe 100% of what that political party says. There's not one thing that you're like, maybe I see what the other side's doing. I don't think in this day that anybody is 100% of whatever that is of whoever is running that day.
Dude, I don't know. I see some people that they feel like they like their blood is whatever party they're a part of.
And that's what you think she is. And well, this guy sounds like maybe he is, right?
Yeah. So Brendan, again, what would you say exactly to her if she was your sister or your daughter?
Run.
You're the best, bro.
He doesn't mean for election. He means literally run
Literally,
away, right?
for the hills.
Dude, you call back anytime, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Join the conversation.
844-254-9232.
844-254-9232.
Obie, Chloe, and Slater.
Kelsey on your K92.3 playlist right here. Obie, Chloe, Slater, the station that's going to be paying you here right around the corner at 8 o'clock with $1,000 paying your bills. Okay, so we're trying to help Teddy out. Teddy, madly in love with this dude, says that he's gorgeous, but politically they do not align. As a matter of fact, he's even invited her to a political party that's of his side. So all those people that are going to be there are pro whatever side that is. And we decided to keep that peaceable, right? We're not going to talk about which party they represent, but opposite sides. And she's afraid that she's going to get cornered at this party and be asked about her beliefs and her views.
And I totally get it, right? Especially that the world that we're living in today, I feel like we are the most divided we have ever been as a country. And so I understand her perspective of going into this party and having those conversations, especially because she's somebody that sits on the complete opposite side.
Is that what happens at those? You guys ever been to one of those parties?
Yeah, I've been to many.
So the majority of the conversations like abortion, jail, blah blah blah. Like is that what they do and they yell out stuff?
No, they're not. A lot
Okay.
of them are just mingling, getting to know each other. But there can be conversations about that,
Well,
and I
even-
understand her fear of
Yeah.
if she is, just in conversation, something pops up about that.
Yeah, because they were talking about our favorite guy that we're rooting for, and I can't wait for him to be
Yeah,
president
of
or
course.
whatever it is. Yeah, and she has to sit there and nod.
I think if the guy knows that she's with, that's going to happen, that's a risk he's obviously willing to take.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's like, hey, I might actually have a different opinion that I want to voice, how would you feel about that? If he has a
Well-
problem, he's going to be like, no, okay, we're not going to go to that party anymore. And then they will know where they are, where they stand.
All right, who's this?
Hey, it's Keith from Geneva.
What up, man?
What's up, Keith?
Hey,
This is a good one, a very, very good one. In this day and age where everybody's torn apart, we all need to learn to put aside our differences and entertain each other's ideas.
Oh, wow,
That's what
I like
we're
that
all
word.
about. Originally, that's what we
Absolutely.
were all about. Putting aside our differences and getting through things.
do you think now, Keith, it would work, let's say down the line, that they go and they decide to get married and have children? Politically, obviously, they're on opposite ends. Can they raise a family?
That's all up to them. It's how mature you are in your relationship.
Wow.
It's true.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
I mean, there's free food, there's free drinks. It's just a party. And why doesn't she find a party that he might not actually see eye to eye with and see if they have common ground?
I've lived, I'm almost 60 years old. And I grew up in a time where it didn't matter which side won.
Right.
When it was all said and done with, we rolled our sleeves up when we got to work.
Mm-hmm. It's not like that anymore.
And no, it's not like that anymore. And that's why our families are in the position they're in.
Mm-hmm.
If we can learn to come together, embrace each other's differences, we're a lot better off for it.
And most importantly, thanks for voting for us.
You can mark Obi, Chloe, and Slater on the 2024 ballot.
Thank you, brother.
We're the strange
100%.
party.
All right, man.
You guys have a great day, man.
You too. All right, so who's this and where are you from?
Hey, this is Fiona from Daytona Beach. My grandmother and grandfather were opposite, and they were madly in love.
Wow.
And with my husband and I wasn't completely to the opposite spectrum of him, but we were a little bit different. I actually got curious, and I asked him about his side, and he educated me, and actually I'm at least about his side. And
okay.
And grandparents stayed on her side, he stayed on his side, and they actually do love each other. They loved each other. They passed, but I remember them being so connected and everything. So I would totally go with it. Don't let that,
Yeah.
get in your way.
I mean, it's one day every 4 years that you don't love each other. That's it.
Yeah, right.
I think that's so important, and it's perspective too, and it gives them hope, right? That they can do it. I mean, differences, you're able to put things aside and
I'm glad.
see each other's political views.
Yeah, I'm glad because as long as your president is in office, then I would be giving pop shots and jokes the whole time.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
man. Those 4 years are going to be a lot of ribbon.
Oh, my God. You're amazing. Thank you for chiming in this morning.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks.
Yeah, you got
Bye-bye.
it. Oh, my God. Yeah, if you're a part of different political parties and your political party's in the seat and they're screwing things up, you're not going to stop hearing about it.
It depends if you can keep your mouth shut, right? If you can keep your mouth shut and you just make sounds, right? Like, like that's the most you can do.
Our first caller said it's all about maturity,
It's
the
true.
maturity of the couple.
And it'll be interesting, too, if they, down the line, go to have kids. What are the kids going to think
Well, they
politically?
can't vote until they're 18. Chloe.
I understand that, but what mom says, what dad says, I guess they kind of get, an idea from both sides
Yeah.
and make up their decision.
K92-3.
Two people, one date, 0 texts returned.
Second date update.
Brought to you by attorney Dan Newlin. In a wreck, need a check, Google Dan Newlin.
Over in Belle Isle, talking to Marissa. Marissa, if you don't mind, you were telling us that you and this guy, how'd you meet him? What, you swiped left? You met him through an app? Like, I don't know how some of these things work today.
Yeah, Alan and I met through an app, and he's just so handsome. Like, he's so nice. He's like 28 or so, and he wears those clear frame glasses that I just think are so attractive.
Aww.
He's got tattoos, his hair's on point, and he's just seems like a really good guy.
I'm trying to picture him. Is there a celebrity that he looks most like, just so that way we can get kind of into the date?
I would say he looks a little like Andrew Garfield.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, so where are we now?
I haven't heard back from him.
That's kind of rude of him, huh? No Andrew Garfield I've ever known would do that.
I think it's rude, and like, I'm dating a few people. Like, I need to know what's going on.
Oh, okay, so wait a minute. So you're actively dating a few people?
Yeah.
Did you have that conversation with him about it where he's like, never mind,
Boom.
I mean, we didn't have a conversation about dating other people, but we didn't have a conversation about not dating other people.
Yeah.
So he's obviously the front runner if you care that much that you're actually going to go through this.
And that's what I was going to say, was that you like him enough to be doing all this in public.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here, let's take down this guy's number. Thank you so much for giving us Alan's number or Andrew Garfield's number. And we'll try to go ahead and give him a call next, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, I was looking for Alan, please.
Yeah, this is Alan.
Alan, my name's Obi. That's Chloe.
Hi.
That's Slater.
Hey.
So there's three of us on the line. We work for K92.3. We do things like the second date update, panic button, $1,000 minute. Any of that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Okay, do you listen to K92.3?
Like every once in a while. Why are you guys calling?
So we do something called the second date update, and you went out with a girl named Marissa. We have a $75 gift card. Love to see you guys go out on another date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this
Marissa?
time, and this one's on us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, Marissa seemed really nice. she was into the fact that, like, I used to have a motorcycle, I partied, and I kind of just got a sense that she loved this person that I once was. And the truth of the matter is I'm a few weeks away from joining the priesthood as a minister. So
Whoa, wait. All of this within the last couple weeks?
yeah, it just made some big changes in my life. And I think she was really attracted to the person I was, this bad boy with motorcycle who parties.
Oh, wow. What? This is a big change of heart.
Did you know, Alan? Because priests can't, like, marry anything else. So how far into it were you, and why even go out on a date with someone if you were even toying around with that?
You know, I wasn't quite committed to the whole thing when I went out with Marissa, but I think, while she was lovely, I think it just kind of solidified some choices for me. And
wow,
this is where I'm at.
You know what?
Good for you.
I could see that. It would almost be like, let me experiment with this before I make this lifelong choice.
Right. Exactly.
And so you decided to go with the lifelong choice.
Yeah. I'm a few weeks away.
Are you sure, though, Alan? Because out of all the guys that she's seeing right now, she said she likes you as well.
Out of all the
as
guys.
Well, yeah, that's very nice. You know, I think I'm really at peace with my decision. And,
Aw.
you know,
I just wish you were honest with her and would have told her up front. She's tried to reach out to you a couple times now.
Yeah, but what do you say? I'd rather be a priest than be your man.
Yeah, I'm married to Jesus.
Well,
Right?
why don't we do this then? Because we have Marissa on the line, and now the both of you can talk. Marissa, you can now come on.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
So, Alan, the reason why we do this is because we just want to get the both of you talking.
I mean, we didn't even talk about this. Like, this is just totally out of left field. I mean, respect if that's what you want to do, but I just feel kind of foolish.
It was a date, though. It's not like they were dating and they've been out multiple times, you know?
Yeah, it catches me off guard.
Well, there's one way to look at it. You're the last woman that he went on a date with before he married God. Not a bad thing. Second to God.
Oh, my God.
Listen, Marissa, I just really want to apologize. I know that wasn't right to not call you. And, I just didn't know what to say. I don't know. It wasn't right. I'm sorry. I really am.
Hey, well, if we could get past all of this, I mean, Marissa, you did say that you were dating a couple guys. And, Alan, I think you're going to be a fantastic person available for a lot of people who are going to need you in today's times.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thanks for that confession.
Yeah.
Second date update.
Did you miss it? Catch the latest drama on the K82-3 app.
That is Zach Brown Band on K92.3, Orlando's #1 for new country, where it is Obie, Chloe, Slater. This is also the station that loves to give you money, so we're going to be paying your bills again at 10 o'clock with that keyword to text into the K92.3 app. Okay, so it's Teacher Appreciation Week. We're giving love this week not only to our teachers, but also to our nurses, but specifically, can we hone in on teachers? First of all, we just want to thank y'all for doing what you do.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
We have a great number of teachers that come to our K92.3 country events. As a matter of fact, one of my most recent conversations was with a teacher that said that today's young teachers coming into the business, it's hard to keep them motivated. Wow. So sometimes you have teachers who come in, they do the job for 2, 3 years, 4 years, and then they pop on off to another career. But can we just give some love to anybody who answers the call to teaching? Because let's be honest, it's not exactly something that makes you a fortune. Mm-hmm. And then it's a lot of times that you can go through year and year and year and not get the love that you truly deserve. So can we love on you right now?
I would love to do that, right? So you can check out everything that I'm talking about. And also, if you have a favorite, say, store or restaurant, it's probably on this, compiled really easy at K923Orlando.com. You can see the deals of Sonic has 20% off through the 20th for teachers on there. Potbelly Sandwich, one of my favorite sandwich places that just opened up a bunch of locations here in Orlando. Through May 12th, they have 20% off that you can get. How about Samsung if you need a new laptop? They're giving, with your teacher ID this week, 20% off. So if you get a $1,000 laptop, you're looking at $200. Simple math right off the top that you can get with it. And maybe one of the most delicious that I saw, since we just celebrated Cinco de Mayo, You can get a free marg and 20% off at Abuelo's in Kissimmee.
There you go.
These are just in the area. And are you really a teacher if you don't enjoy a margarita after a long day?
I agree with that.
Have you really taught anyone anything?
Some of them enjoying a margarita during class.
No.
Pay no attention to this flask.
That reminds me of my teacher, Mr. Wall. She was definitely drunk all the time.
Hi, Slater.
I always smell like Listerine.
I wanted to add to the list too because I come from a family of educators. My grandmother, my dad, my mom now, she's still in education. I did see that Anthony's Cold Fire Pizza over in Altamont Springs. They're doing some really fun deals for teachers as well as ladies. I know we're getting ready for Mother's Day. Kendra Scott is also doing things for teachers and nurses this week, discounts on various different jewelry. So I wanted to add to that.
Yeah, I wanted to give some love to Mr. Ziegelhofer. I know that's a big old name. We used to call him Mr. Z. But anyways, I remember in my senior year, I all I needed was one math credit to graduate. Okay? That's it. So, and when I went to the guidance counselor, I said, come on, okay, what math do I possibly need? She said, Obi, just pick any math. You just need a credit. So instead of picking something hard like trigonometry or calculus or anything like that, I went for pre-algebra, which was the lowest that I could get as a senior. And so I was in a class with a bunch of ninth graders, and I remember sleeping through that class.
Oh,
Mr. Ziegelhofer.
You're supposed to be an example as a senior.
Exactly. Mr. Z was one of the assistant principals of the school. One of my really good friends, too. Came into that class. I guess the teacher snitched on me. Came into that class, went like this, went, Mr. Diaz, up and out with me now. And all the kids were like, ooh.
He's in trouble.
Dude, I got my ass handed to me by, and you know what? It was the best speech that he ever gave me, where he was like, you're a senior. He's like, and you're putting on the worst display, the poorest display for these freshmen that have another 3 years to go. And I needed that talking to, because that talking to actually bled into my adult life.
And that's what I was going to say. How funny that something like that was years ago has stuck with you to this day.
So if that didn't happen, what do you think you'd be doing? If that was such
I'd be sleeping here at work right now.
Did you at least pass pre-algebra?
I did.
Okay, good.
If I didn't pass that, man, all those ninth graders would have been. Oh man, I'm just so grateful for great teachers.
I think we each have one. Is there one that stands out, Chloe, that like you wouldn't be you without this person in your life?
Gosh, there's two teachers. I had her in second grade and I had her in fifth grade, Miss Quadros. Still to this day, she is my inspiration and someone that I look up to in so many ways. And now she's got a baby. She's married. She's not even Miss Quadros anymore, but she will always be Miss Quadros to me, and I wouldn't be here without her. And then Professor Brinkman, he was my professor at UCF, and I had the opportunity to run the career fair when I was at Rosen College of Hospitality, and I was very nervous. I remember when he was like, hey, you can do it. I believe in you. And he took me under his wing and literally like just showed me so much strength and perseverance and reminded me every day that like you can do hard things, Chloe. And that's something that's always stuck with me. And so he's a blessing in my life.
Still a professor there?
He still is a professor. He listens to K92.3. So, hey,
he does.
Students, if you have him, he's the bomb, the best.
And I would recommend that because of social media. It didn't exist when Obi and I were in school. It didn't exist. One of my teachers found me 10 years ago. The guy that stands out, he was my 8th and 9th grade chorus teacher, and he taught me how to have confidence like no other. He said, I don't think you realize how great you are at so many things, and showed me that. And he found me 10 years ago on Facebook, and every single year, and this week in particular on National Teachers Week, I always like shout him out because I wouldn't at all. I was so even with him being like, you have to be confident. I didn't realize that till I was in my 20s that I actually could get out there and do the stuff that he actually put in me so many years earlier that I just didn't realize. So those people, if you do find them on social media, just send them a note and be like, hey, thank you so much, because I guarantee that what you appreciate about them, they so many years later are not thinking about themselves. They're not because it was a job that they love and they stuck with it, but they had so many students. So take some time and appreciate them this week.
Love you, teachers. Absolutely. Okay, in 6 minutes, I want to make a pivot as to Slater's new fashion choice. I'm not in agreement,
Am
buddy.
I bringing it up?
I'm not either.
Man,
No.
I do
Oh,
not like this.
neither is Chloe. Okay, in
No.
6 minutes, we'll tell you what it is that he's now starting to
Rude.
wear. Luke Combs on K92.3, Orlando's number one for New Country, where it is Obi, Chloe, and Slater. Want to get you paid, so don't forget at 10 o'clock, we've got another $1,000 to give you. So this week you can buy concert tickets, or maybe some of y'all have been waiting to get that professional license.
There
and
you
it costs
go.
money to take those classes. We'll use our money. Now, don't use our money to buy a crossbody.
No, you could buy 1,000 of these crossbodies for what Slater paid for this.
Yeah,
It was $119.
To be honest,
It's probably 900.
Hold
of them.
on, and Chloe, you're not going to like me for this either. And you know what? Neither is my wife and my daughter. But I don't even like the crossbody that you brought in, Chloe.
Oh, that's not very nice of you.
I told you were going to
Chloe,
like it.
it's because he doesn't have one. That's why. That's why.
Do you want one?
You essentially a fanny pack.
I know what
a fanny
jealousy
pack that
sounds
you
like.
you moved it from your waist across your shoulder. That's essentially what it is.
It is. It's a crossbody. And if you've never seen them before, I'm sure your daughter or son or somebody you know is always rocking one. And they're all different shapes and sizes. Like the one I have here is black, but I know they make bigger versions. Slater might as well just have a backpack. And you basically wear them across your chest. Yes, they are fanny packs. Yes, multi-purpose. If I wanted to turn mine into a fanny pack, I absolutely could. But I like to wear mine across my chest.
Yeah, and mine just came in on Friday. All weekend long, I've been sporting it. And this was because I have truth be told.
Have you gotten any compliments?
I was
No way.
There were
Not one.
many comments. There were many. That's almost the same thing. There were many people that are like, "Oh, what is that?" And I said, "Oh, it's my crossover crossbody bag." And they asked what it was for, and I said, "Well, it's for carrying all my belongings because I don't like carrying a wallet. So sometimes I'll just take my cards and my license, like my ID, and I'll put it in my pocket. Then every single time I got to dig back in, I got to do it before. You know how many credit cards just got destroyed in the laundry because I forget to take them out? I don't have to worry about that because this thing is on me and I can't take my shirt off without taking my crossover crossbody man bag.
Okay, here's my problem with this thing. First of all, it's so... I understand you paid $1. What? How much for it?
It was $1.19.
Okay, well,
Does it feel like it?
It's definitely feels like $1. I wouldn't even give it $1, whatever. And not only that, but like this crossbody he has, it's black and it says Fashion Instinct. And then it says, what does this word even say?
It's Ice Nice.
Ice Nice. Like what?
The markings
What
on it
is
definitely
this
have
thing?
the appearance. I don't know if you guys ever go to like where the tourists shop. Like I'm talking about the tourists that come from Brazil and other countries.
Okay.
They love that stuff. If it's got Boss jeans and BOSS is all over the side of the leg.
See,
Hilfiger is all over across the chest.
See,
they
and
love
I'm-
name brands.
And this thing stinks. Have you smelled it?
Not about. No, I think I probably because I had a sandwich and cologne in
No
here,
offense, but
and
it's
I had a
got
little bit of
stink to it.
Chloe, that's the way his house smells. Don't offend this dude, please.
You were in my Ice Nice house. So anyway, listen. It is a trend that is going to be around, I think, for a really long time. The fanny pack.
But yours is not trendy.
The fanny pack back in the day was around for 10 years before we could get rid of it. If you think about the yoga pants, those have been around. By the way, there's not one guy that's complaining about the yoga pants craze being around for a very long time.
Yeah, hold on. Guys complaining about guys in yoga pants. Yes.
All right.
Guys complaining about girls in yoga pants? Nah, I ain't seen
How about
many
the
guys
mustache craze and the mullet craze the last 5 years that have been catching on like crazy? This is the next thing.
I'm fine if you join the trend. I'm all for it. Like, come on, hop on the bandwagon,
All right.
right? But at least like get the right one.
No,
if you're gonna wear it.
And I will forever be on the side that says no. Fanny packs for dudes. No, I don't care if you put that thing around your neck. I don't care if you put a general 5-star pin on that thing.
You can hold a lot of stuff in it. I'm just saying. There's a lot of room.
I love my wallet.
Truth be told, there isn't one thing. I could put an entire week's worth of meals inside of this.
You put a laptop in there, bro. That is the wrong crossbody.
It's nice. Anyway, we're going to put it up on our Instagram so that way you can be the judge. Who wore it better, the crossover bag between Chloe and myself?
Nah, definitely
I
me.
vote
Nah,
for
it's
me.
Slater's. Okay.
Obi, Chloe, and Slater. K92.3.
Orlando's #1 for New Country.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.